Hi there. My name is Robert Saunders. I'm a 55-year-old man. I have Parkinson's disease. Doing this interview with 5 simple questions that I've been given or asked to look at. And the first one is, why do some people with Parkinson's disease seem to cope better than other people with the disease? I don't know the answer to that. I am not a doctor, a psychologist, a layman. It's all I am. And I think it's the same with everything in life. You know, some people cope well and other people don't. You know, some days I cope well with the disease and some days I just don't. You know, it depends on how much sleep did I lose last night because the drugs didn't work, and how many, you know, am I all rigid, or am I shaken, or am I, you know, what's going on with the disease? What's progressing in here, in the brain, where the deterioration has taken place, where the inability to create dopamine is causing all this, you know. I cope a lot playing music. That's why I have my guitar with me. To cope with this interview, I feel better holding on to it. So, I don't know the answer. I just know we all are different. This disease is different in everybody that has it. It seems like, you know, there's similarities, but it affects us all in different ways, and we cope in different ways. The next question is, what is a common misconception about Parkinson's disease, you know? And I think probably the biggest one is, you know, people think it's just a physical abnormality. You know, they shake. Well, yeah, you know, he shakes. And that's just a little piece of the whole Parkinson's puzzle that they don't understand very well. You know, some doctors will tell you they think they do, but they don't. You know, people think we have these magical drugs we take. You know, my primary drug that I take and most people take is called carbidopa, and it's been around for eons. You know, the disease is a chemical imbalance in the brain, a specific inability to create dopamine, and it's degenerative, and it can only get worse. You know, it's never going to get better unless they find a cure. But I think that's probably the biggest misconception is, you know, people that aren't exposed to the disease, people that don't have it, people that don't, you know, live with someone that has it, just don't have the awareness to realize that it's hideous, and it has tons of facets. I could go on for hours to different little symptoms, but I won't. The next question, or the third question, is, what do I think about, you know, Parkinson's awareness groups, activities, foundations, and companies that deal in Parkinson's awareness? And I haven't been really involved with much. I'm a member of the Michael J. Fox Foundation. Lots of us are. I get some good information from them. They do supposedly wonderful things with trials and raising money for research. You know, I'm just not that in tune with them. I think it's great to have someone like him that puts a face on the disease, that can go in front of Congress and can go in front of medical boards and do things that I can't, because I'm just this guy from Oregon. You know, And I suppose there's companies out there that are, collecting money and burning it up unwisely, but, I just not that involved. The next question is Parkinson's disease, is it a mental condition? Is it emotional? Again, it's an imbalance, a chemical imbalance in the brain, and it affects us in so many ways. It affects us mentally. We go through severe depression. The numbers, the studies show that 65, 75, 85% of Parkinson's patients have severe depression that doesn't respond to the normal treatments. I've tried just about every antidepressant there is, and it never helped me. The emotional stability sometimes I have is of a 3-year-old. It kind of depends on what's going on up here. Are the drugs working? Are they not working? Are they creating the dopamine like they're supposed to? Is the body absorbing it? It's one of the reasons I play guitar and sing, and it has to, creativity has shown to help release dopamine in the brain. It is definitely both a mental and emotional challenge as a side product of the disease, and I don't see anybody that's not that way. The last question I had: what has been the most unexpected consequence of this disease? I don't know. One of them is my continued fascination with music, doing my music therapy. And I first started getting diagnosed, one of the reasons I was seeing the neurologist was I couldn't play. My left hand and my right hand were like in different time. It just didn't work together, and I struggled with that, but I'm getting better. And I again refuse to let this disease take my music from me. Anyway, those are the 5 questions. I hope someone found it interesting. That's just where we're at.